What's going on? It's the Relation Shop, and of course, it's Jason and Eric.
Yes, we are here with. Oh yeah,
we brought Toya along.
Yeah, she's there.
Yeah, Toya's here. We needed a female voice, and
yeah, she was available.
A couple of the other people we called first couldn't make it.
Yeah,
and
I think her class kind of failed with women, so she needed something to do anyway.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway,
we're here.
We figured, hey,
why not?
Let Toya sit in, see if she can add any value, and if she doesn't, we'll have somebody next week to replace her. How you doing? How you doing, though, Toya?
Yeah, I'm doing great. Glad to be here.
Doing good, yeah.
You look like it.
You look like you're happy to be here.
Yeah, really glad to be here.
It. But here's what we're going to talk about today.
Okay. What?
So we did a show not too long ago on like, do you know how your spouse handles suffering? And so we felt like a follow up to that was, you see, it's one of those things where really you see a lot of couples where a relationship can dissolve when there is suffering for one of them, right? Maybe a mental health illness, maybe, there's a high divorce rate for people who lose a child.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
People with special needs children, people, loss of a loved one, they don't know how to support. And so I've even talked to a lot of couples where, there's not trust and connection. And when you kind of go back, one of them feels like there was a moment of suffering and pain or loss. And it's like, they weren't there for me. Yeah. And it's like that resentment just has like, they've never been able to get over the fact that like at the moment I needed them most, I couldn't count on them. So going forward, I don't know if I can count on them. And so anyway, we want to talk about how to make your suffering, or basically how to use suffering to bring you together.
Yeah.
Right.
Because it can bring you together. There's some people that go through tough stuff and it solidifies it. And there's people who do it. So what does that look like practically to go through a difficult moment and come out tighter and closer together than further apart?
Yeah, no, it's big. It's important, which, I guess that's why we're here. Help the people.
Yeah.
So help
the people.
So you like, so help them.
Jason's like, yeah, that's really good. So what do you guys think? What are we talking about? What was this?
Hilarious.
What happened? You want a top 5 list? What happened? I'm confused. So have you seen that?
Yes.
Both in your marriage or other people's marriage? Okay.
And that, man, let me tell you something. That is so my heart, because I lived it, that huge suffering, that crisis where you're just like, I don't know what's going to happen next. I mean, this may be over. I don't know. But now that I'm on the other side, I'm like, this might be hard to hear for some people. But I actually appreciate going through what I went through, because it made us better, because it made me a better wife. It made me a better person. So even though it was hell going through it, being on the other side, I'm like, I'm glad that it happened, because I probably wouldn't have made those changes had I not gone through it. So
True. And Jason and I are glad you said that, because we like.
What are you going to say?
I'm just saying, we like Toya 2.0 better than the one before.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we've been in community with you before and after.
I was just tired.
And this is a way better Toya.
Wait a minute.
I can tell you. I mean,
yada.
Wait a minute, Jason. What were you tired of hearing?
No, I can. Hold on a sec. I can tell you from experience that this Toya, and some of you guys may be like, we didn't really like this Toya this much, but I can tell you, if you knew the other Toya, dude, this Toya is like night and day.
Wow.
Wow.
Kidding?
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about like a Fiat to Maserati.
Yeah.
This
Fiat.
is much better. If you like Fiats, I mean, that's your thing. That's cool. But
I don't think anybody likes Fiats, right?
I mean, there's probably somewhere, and I don't want to exclude anybody, so we'll just So I just basically what I was trying to do was affirm.
Thanks for
affirm what you said. That you do come out better.
Okay.
Yeah, it was good.
And I like it.
Yeah. Thanks. So.
It's good. Toya doesn't even know where to go from that. She's kind of like,
I'm like, you know what? I said my piece.
Is the show over?
So,
Yeah.
Here's the one thing. So we did a show on this too, right? Is your spouse your enemy?
Yeah.
Right.
And so part of the problem with that, have you ever heard that saying that there's nothing more uniting than a common enemy? Like when two people have a common enemy, it's like, I may have nothing in common with you. I don't even like you, but if we both hate Jason, You're my girl.
We're good.
You know?
Yep, all of a
that's
sudden.
why we've been
Yep.
so close.
That's it. That's why you're tight.
I hate's
right
a
there.
strong word, but we're
That's
not
fine.
fond of with an actor.
I feel that, but you
So
know.
you see, in fact, I've heard them say that with like cops. You know, domestic violence calls are some of the most dangerous for them because there's at some point the two people who are fighting, if they can turn against the cop, that gives them something to unite on, and so they
There you
do.
go.
So I think that's why your spouse's enemy makes it so hard to unite. That if the two of you going through suffering can see the suffering as the enemy or whatever has crept in the relationship or whatever one is dealing with as the enemy. So if I got a spouse dealing with mental health issues, rather than seeing them as the problem, if we can see the mental health stuff that we're battling together, it can be uniting as opposed to, oh my gosh, I can't believe I got to deal with her depression again today. You know, what's going on.
That's true.
So.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to adjust to sometimes because if you go through those moments, then that could lead to depression, which they didn't have before. So now you're trying to figure out how to muddle through this trauma and depression and, you know, so. And your hatred towards me just makes me stronger. Good.
I said it's not hatred. It's it's not. Just not fond of.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
it's not.
I'm good.
Yeah, it's
man.
nothing
Just-
personal.
Yeah.
but it's
I
like
thrive off of that, man.
You know, sometimes do you?
Right. Like rock bottom.
Rock,
That's how I get-
yeah,
That's how I got it.
Yeah, your high school
Rock
nickname. I remember that.
Jeez.
Remember that.
Oh
Right,
man, poor Jason.
You know.
We might need a whole vocab for Jason now too. I mean,
Maybe.
we have Toya's dictionary.
It wouldn't hurt.
We might need Jason's dictionary.
I welcome it.
It wouldn't hurt.
I welcome
You
it.
just want the heat off of you.
Yeah, exactly. Toya, she's like, hey,
Exactly.
anything take the focus off of me,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good. So
But I
Yeah.
like how you said that you know, we need to look at the actual thing that's causing the pain, right? Because I know when I was going through my thing, and you know this, I don't know if you know this, Jason, but when me and Ahmad were going through
he
it,
was never there, you remember?
Oh.
He was sort of in community.
I was
but it's
there.
like, where's Fowler?
So-
Some people were like, who is Fowler? I'm like, oh, he's in our small group
Yeah.
too. He just hadn't been here this quarter.
Yeah.
So, but when we were going through it, I wanted so badly to blame it on something other than us.
Yeah.
So I wanted that more than anything. So much so, I
Yeah.
had Eric find a psychologist,
Mm-hmm.
paid cash, because
Okay.
I wanted to say my husband is bipolar.
Ah.
I did.
It's funny you say that because when I was, you know, going through the right before the divorce stuff, that's what my ex did. It was like
Really?
it wasn't like there was no problems with her. It was with me, but it was have you had these chemicals checked? Have you maybe it's
Yes.
your whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So wow.
That
See, I
same
didn't
thing,
know
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
but
look at
I
that.
wanted so badly to blame it on something outside of us to say this is the
That
issue.
makes sense. Yeah.
Instead of being angry with him, I wanted to say, no, there's something else going on here. Instead of looking at myself, instead of looking at him and really looking at the other hurt that was really there,
Right.
I wanted to say, no, he's had a mental breakdown. I had already diagnosed him in my head. So I
Okay.
was like, okay, so how do I be married to someone that's bipolar? How do I raise a kid with someone? I was already
You were
there.
yeah.
I was already there.
Okay.
You know, so and it took 3-4 sessions for the doctor to say, no.
He's all good.
And
He
Toya's
doesn't have a mental break.
we probably need a second opinion on this one. I don't know if this guy knows his stuff.
And yeah, I'm like, well, maybe he really doesn't know. So, you know, I went through that and I know, but there are people that maybe go that route like me and like your ex-wife did.
Yeah.
Or,
I don't think that's all wrong.
okay.
Right? Because I think when we find ourselves making decisions that seem out of character, that kind of stuff, I think it is worth checking into.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Well, no, and I don't think it was wrong because there were, you know, it was still like just a 180, right?
yeah,
With
some
who
inconsistencies.
his whole character change, right? But my thing is, I know most people probably don't go that route, or I don't know, maybe they do. But some people will just immediately say, you're
Yeah.
the enemy.
Yeah.
I'm suffering because of you. You know, I'm not going to look out at anything else. I'm not going to investigate. It's you. It's all
Right.
you.
Yeah.
So it was just interesting to kind of listen to what you were saying. And I'm like, I instantly was like, nah, something else is
Thumbs up.
going on
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. I
And,
can see
and
that,
you'll
though.
I'm sure you've got stories of this, and you may too, because we've all spent time with couples trying to help couples.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't count on two hands the amount of times where you're trying to help a couple through a tough situation and they turn on you. At some point in the process, they decide you're the problem, you're giving bad advice, or you told my spouse something and not something else. And then, you know, because they're looking for a common enemy again. And so it's like the people trying to help us are the common, they're not helping us right. They're giving us the wrong idea. And so they're, and you just know that's part of it. So it's like, all right, I'm the bad guy. And some of them come back around later and apologize and others never do. And you're like, all right, well, if I suck and that unites you guys, then God bless you.
There you go.
My work is done here.
Yeah, you are
Good
a few
job.
years from
So,
now.
Well,
yeah, that happened.
I know. Now I'm over here like, I guess I better get ready.
Better get ready.
That's probably happened. You just don't know.
Yeah.
There's some people sitting in their living room today like, I cannot believe we ever listened to Toya.
Yeah,
Right.
probably.
She is so foolish trying to put she's trying to put her own stuff on us is what she was trying to do when she was telling
You're
me
right.
that. That's
They
not
just
even
haven't
true.
told me yet.
Yeah.
That's coming.
Because it's a lot easier to believe that you're the problem than to deal with their own stuff.
absolutely.
And so it's like,
That's human
it's
nature.
not me. It's not you. No, she don't know what she's talking about.
Right.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
True.
Hadn't happened to me, but I don't really listen that much. So I just go with it.
When you're on your back porch drinking wine, you're going to run into a whole lot of situations.
Yeah, it's too bad. Have another glass.
Yeah. I hate that for you.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's funny.
Yeah, maybe my counseling.
So what have you found that helps people use suffering or bad stuff or whatever to unite?
That they use?
Yeah. How do people do the whole shows? Did you not need to repeat it? Why did we bring her?
I don't know.
This is exactly my problem.
We were throwing her a
This is-
bone. You
I don't even
know,
know what to
remember?
do,
Yes,
dude.
she
You
was.
try to give people an opportunity in life. And
You know, she.
all I want to talk about is
Okay, all right.
submarines, and so
She was
so
But
suffering.
we were already there.
Submarine.
It's just a matter of looking at yourself first.
Okay.
Okay. We're trying to help
Next.
her. That's good. Look in the mirror.
Because my thing
Anyway.
is, for sure though, realize that it's something else going on, right? Like you just don't want to blame the other person. So I feel like every scenario is different. You know, people are different, but you're just looking at the actual, what is it? Get to the root of it, I guess. Get to the root of really what it is, and not just necessarily the other person and say it's just them. So if you come together, you communicate together, like, this is the real issue. How do we work on this? How do I support you in this? Because it could be the husband or the wife, right? So it's like, but how do we come together, acknowledge what it is, and work through it? How can I support you, or how can I be there for you? What is your plan? Are you seeing a counselor? Like,
Which
how
makes
do
it sound like way smooth and easy. But during those times with you, there had to be like you guys were heading the right way, and then a little bump in the road again, and you're going backwards. What's that look like?
And see that, yeah, it's a lot of that.
Okay.
But first thing was, what are the triggers? How did we get here?
Okay.
When did it start? Did we communicate about it before and somebody just ignored it, you know? So it's like we kind of had to go back in the past to say, how did we even get here?
Yeah.
And how did we build up to this point? And now what are we going to do? But of course, throughout the healing time, there are times when all that goes out the window
triggers,
and you're just
that's
mad.
big. You know, when the triggers. I think we did a show on that, didn't we?
Probably.
Yeah. So, anyway.
The way you
No,
said
no.
that.
It's so
But
hard.
it's just,
Toya's always triggering me. I don't even know.
oh man. But
Yeah.
triggers, knowing
That's
each
a big-
other's triggers,
that's a big
because then
one.
you can like take a pause and be like, okay,
Yeah.
here it comes.
Yeah.
What do I need to do?
And I think if you've got, part of it's having a future goal, right? If we have a vision of where we want to get to, it's a little easier to push through suffering or try to see the good in it. You know, too many people get caught up in the pain of the moment.
Right.
Never going to end. This is never going to change. They're not going to change. Our situation's not going to change. And then they feel like, what's the,
Give up.
you know,
Yeah.
what's the point of working? So
Right.
I got a couple of things here. So, when you got, let's say you got a spouse who's suffering, right? I think, again, we're talking about how do you come together on that versus, and so I've got some things not to do
Oh, okay.
when your spouse is suffering.
All
Okay.
right.
Number one, don't try to fix things. Right? I think if you, which here's my tendency, because I'm like, I don't like tension. I don't like things not being
Right.
good. I want things fixed. And so, you know, but if you offer like quick fixes, your spouse can pretty quickly feel like, oh, I'm a problem to be solved instead of like somebody to be supported and cared for and comforted and loved. And so I know that's a problem for me because I'm like, let's fix this because this don't feel good.
Right. Yeah.
Instead of be like, why don't you get over yourself and the fact that you're uncomfortable and just support them.
Right.
If they want to fix, they can ask. So don't try to fix things.
That's good.
Number 2, don't make it about you. Like people want to quickly turn and be like, well, you know how this impacts me too.
Right.
You know how I feel when you're dealing with it. You know how it is being married to somebody with anxiety. Like I know you're struggling, but do you know my side?
Right. Yeah.
And it's hard not to do that because you are impacted.
You're right.
Yeah.
So don't make it about you.
Okay.
And then this is the opposite, but goes with it. Don't make it not about you. Like, hey, man, this is your problem.
Right.
Oh,
like,
I'm backing up.
This is your problem. Like,
Right.
I can't help that. I can't fix it. So don't make it all about you, but don't make it nothing about you.
Right.
Where
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
but I need you.
Right.
I need your
Right,
support and those kind of things. So even if you don't know what to do, even if it's uncomfortable, just be there.
Yeah. That's not.
So that's 3 things not to do, Toya. Next time.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
All right. You know what? Something though is the first thing that we did is we said this is it. Like we are going to not get a divorce and we are going to work through it. So we both kind of made that commitment in the beginning of the healing. Like this is it. We're going to have bad days. We're going to have good days. It's going to be days where we just don't like each other. You're not going to stand the side of me. I'm not going to want to look at you or be in the same room with you.
Right.
But from this day on, divorce is completely off the table. So that was.
So after you guys committed that, was there ever a time that you guys used that word? Like maybe we just need to get it. No, that never came back up. That was it.
Up.
And that was okay.
Nope.
Nice.
And that's a pretty clear future destination.
Yep.
Right? Because at that point you're like, it's either gonna suck
Right.
or we're gonna do what we gotta do to make it good. There's not like plan B over here, which is we'll try it.
Right.
But, it's not going good. So that you're gonna figure it out.
Yeah. No, that's good. I mean, you guys have actually given some pretty good stuff because in the past you've given some, stuff that I'm like, it's a little, well, it could be a little controversial. But what I've noticed is,
Toya Googled me.
She Googled you? I thought you were Googling yourself.
Yeah,
no, you're not Googling. You stopped that?
I Siri myself.
Once your wife caught you Googling yourself, you stopped it?
Yeah,
after that?
I just use Siri now. So
Okay,
I'll be
perfect.
like, Siri, what do I think about? And then I'll fill in whatever it is and I'll bring up some of my past stuff.
Perfect. All right. Well, yeah. Well, there you go. He has his own answers. So I thought I would test you guys on, because there have been some controversial people in the past that actually have thrown out quotes that you go, okay, maybe that's not so bad. So we're going to see if you guys know who these quotes are by.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. You gave us a list, didn't you?
I did give you a list.
hold
I'm
on.
not. You don't have to fly blind on this one. I'll
Okay.
get you on this. So I'm just curious to see if you guys know your stuff here.
All right.
All right. You ready for this?
So you're going to give us a quote.
I'm giving you the quotes.
Who said it?
You got to tell me who said it. All right. Let's go to the
I
first
have a
one.
bad feeling about this one.
No, you got it. You got it.
All right.
You should have a bad feeling about every shit.
Here we go.
Game.
You got this one. Here we go.
Track record.
One of the most fascinating lessons I've absorbed about life is that the struggle is good.
Wow.
Not bad. Not bad advice.
Struggle is
The
good.
struggle is good.
Okay, I'm going to go with
Come on, you got it.
Alec Baldwin.
Elon?
This is Joe Rogan. That's a
That
Joe
was my
Rogan.
second one.
Yeah, go with the
I was
gut.
gonna go Joe.
Go with the gut. All right, here we go. Sometimes by losing a battle, you find a new way to win the war.
Donald Trump.
Terry Crews.
Trump.
Oh.
You got the Donald Trump.
Look at that.
Hey,
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah.
All that talk over here.
Hey, I
You
knew
have
you
one.
wanted to make America great again. It's okay, Toya, trying to pretend
it.
like she's it's fine.
Oh,
Whatever.
my goodness.
All right. I still feel like I got to prove something. There's a lot of people hoping I fail, but I like that. I need to be hated.
Oh, wow.
Howard Stern.
Wow. Elon.
Howard Stern.
Dude, she's cleaning up.
How about that?
Okay.
2 out of 3. How about that? All right, let's see if we can keep this train going.
All right.
I don't care about your pride. You can be proud and broke at the same time.
Kevin Samuels.
Johnny Depp.
Kevin Samuels.
What? What?
3 out of 4.
Man, this is a slaughtering right now.
All right, here we go.
Man, I may
I'm
retire.
nervous. Yeah, how about
This is
this? How about this?
embarrassing.
I like it. All right, here we go. If you need more than 10 rounds to hunt, and some argue they hunt with many rounds, you shouldn't be hunting. If you can't get a deer in 3 shots, you shouldn't be hunting. You're an embarrassment. Mm-hmm.
Joe Exotic.
Joe Biden.
Biden on that one.
Trying-
all right.
trying to
All right.
eliminate
You're
those-
still good.
those assault rifles.
So
I'm
that
making a comeback.
That was his first one?
Yeah, that's my
The first one. Okay. All right.
Making a
We
comeback.
still got it. Okay, here we go. I learned more in 11 months in running for president than I did 12 years at school.
Terry Crews.
Running for president.
Uh-huh.
Can any of his names be used twice?
It's your call.
Donald Trump.
This is Joe Exotic. He ran for president.
Oh, shit.
Right. The key is 12 years of school. He didn't go to college. He's probably lucky he got through 12 years.
Oh.
All right.
Freaking
Joe Exotic. All right. Throughout life, people will make you mad, disrespect you, and treat you bad. Let God deal with things they do, because hate in your heart will consume you too.
Terry Crews.
Alec Baldwin.
This is an interesting one. This is Will Smith. Go figure.
Huh.
Yeah, Will Smith.
Philosophical.
The hate will consume you. All right, last one.
Keep my name, my wife's name.
Right. Out
your mouth. Okay.
Yes. All right. Remember, sex is like Chinese dinner. It ain't over till you both get your cookie.
Johnny Depp.
Alec Baldwin.
It's Alec Baldwin. Yep. That's a bomb. But Toy, you still won.
still won.
You still
Wait, I'll
won. You
take
got
it.
on
Not
the
doing
road.
like what you always do for her, but it's like the last one's a 5-pointer
No.
to catch up.
Sorry.
Negatory.
Okay, you win.
You,
I'll
yeah,
give
you got
I'll
that
give it
one.
to you.
Not bad.
You came out right out of the gates firing.
You did it, yeah.
I'm impressed.
That
with
was
you.
a tough one to come back from.
So
All right,
you did a
not
good
bad.
job.
All
You did
right.
a good job.
There you go. Nice.
Thanks.
All right, so I got a couple. So last time I told you what not to do.
Yeah.
Don't try to fix it. Don't make it about you, and don't make it not about you. Like
Right.
this is
Yeah.
your problem. You're on your own. Let me give you a few things to do.
Yes.
All right.
So if your
let's do
spouse
it.
is suffering, this
Yeah.
is how you guys can be a united front and not let it divide. Number one is just be present. I think that's often the
I like
hardest
that.
thing, especially for people who are uncomfortable with suffering. It's like, if I can't solve it, I don't know what to do. I don't want to
Right.
be around it.
Right.
Or it's draining emotionally. I don't want to be around it. So be present. Number two, listen. Quit talking.
Right.
Just listen. Understand their perspective. We all want to be
Right.
validated, heard, understood, and then empathize. I'm sorry you're feeling that way.
Yeah.
That must be difficult. That must be tough.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. And then lastly, then speak. Because you can't just be silent forever,
Right.
but only after you've done the first three. So you got to be present. You got to listen. You got to empathize. And then,
Say what
ask
you
them
gotta
how you
say. I like that.
Those are good.
It sounds simple, but
It
we
does sound
know we
simple.
know in the moment it could be hard.
Yeah.
Well, so simple and easy are different. So yeah, it is simple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It may
No,
not be
yeah.
easy to do. It
No.
may be hard, but it's pretty simple.
Yeah.
But it's a way to just grow and improve, right? Like it's an
mean-
opportunity.
I mean, I assume you see your ladies class, right? You're hearing this
Yeah.
all the time. Huh? So it's simple.
And again, it is simple. And again, it's one of those things that there are. I was talking to a therapist the other day about this. We were talking about affair recovery and stuff, and it was like the depth of relationship that couples can come away with after suffering
Right.
is often greater than the couples who never suffer can ever create. Because you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
when things are good, you're not forced to go to a depth
Right.
that you need to. And so oftentimes couples who have dealt with suffering and that kind of stuff, like that's why even, you see people who maybe had a special needs child or something like that. Like there's a depth of maybe faith or empathy or stuff that they have that people have never dealt with, that just like you can't fake it.
Right.
And so I think that's one of the things, like you said, you and Ahmad were like, we're in it. Like there's no out, and so we're gonna do the hard work to get where we need to be. And if other people have never had to do the hard work, they're not gonna. It's like you know. I mean, like Jason goes to the gym. That's why he's got those pipes that he's got.
Pipes.
And
rock bottom, baby.
You know what I mean?
Rock bottom.
No, let's not go there again. But and we should end every show the moment he says rock bottom. That's what should happen.
Way out.
It's hey man, rock bottom. Way out. Everything just drops and goes down. But no, it's like someone who goes to the gym versus someone who doesn't.
Yeah.
You're never going to exercise those muscles. They're never going to grow, and you're never going to produce the same results. So I think not that you want to run around looking for suffering, but the Bible's clear.
Yeah.
Right? That suffering produces endurance, and endurance, you know, character.
So how do you deal with
hope,
how do you deal with the spouse that there's a little apprehension to get in there because I don't understand it. You know, I don't really understand what they're going through or what they're doing, and so I don't know how I'm going to help.
I think you got to have a willingness to go learn. Part of empathizing is go learn. Like if it's a mental health issue and you don't understand anxiety or depression, go read some articles.
Yeah.
Go to a counselor. Go with them to a counselor. Like do something to gain some knowledge in the area of, you know, whatever they might be struggling with. So I think there's got to be some kind of willingness to do that.
There you go.
All right. And for past episodes, number 83, how to break down your spouse's walls. And number 109, I don't recognize my spouse anymore.
Yeah.
Because
so check that out.
At the gym.
Didn't even know that was you, big guy. Yeah.
Oh my
look at that. Is that
That's
what we're
it.
talking about in 109?
There you go.
My spouse is so fit, I don't even recognize him.
Oh my goodness.
That's it.
So again, check out Altered Marriage if you're looking for a digital community, or check out Relation Shots for some more advice. And we are out.
Yep.
Out.